Hi guys, welcome to episode 9 of the MKAU show. We have today Shaven Wookie, Sub-Zero, and Brashy. Brashy, do you have anything else you want me to call you by?
Adam.
Brash.
Yeah, we'll just go Brash. We have lots to talk about today, but before we kick it off like we always do, by discussing what we're playing at the moment or what we're reviewing. Anyone want to go first?
I'm going to go first quickly. I'm not playing too much. I'm only checking out Grounded since it comes to Games Pass.
Yep.
And Rogue Company, which has...
Oh, nice.
Tell us a bit about Rogue Company.
Rogue Company. It's not a Battle Royale game. It is by Hi-Res Studios that did games like Paladins and... What was the other game they did? Paladins and... Can't remember. But it's a multiplayer objective game mode type shooter. It looks like Fortnite, but it's got game modes like Call of Duty, like Demolition.
Search and Destroy?
Well, there's only 2 game modes. There's Demolition. So far, there's only Demolition, and it's only in what do they call it? Beta or games? Early access. I think it's an early. I think it's called early access. Yeah. But there's 2 modes so far. 7 maps, and I think there's about a handful of different rogue agents or characters or whatever they're calling them. But it's actually a lot of fun, to be honest. It is going free to play, but you can buy your way into the beta now with the Founders Pack that gives you a crap ton of credits to spend in store and unlocks all the rogue agents for you so that you don't need to grind away like you do in Siege to unlock different characters. You can just have them all unlocked straight away. So, yeah.
How do you get access to that?
On PC, I don't know if they're still doing it, but on PC you can watch Twitch streams and get a key dropped through the drops, or you simply go to the store and buy the Founders Pack.
Sounds good.
If you want to get into the beta, Otherwise, you wait till it goes free.
Do you know at all when the release is?
No, I've no idea, to be honest, because I'm already playing it, so I don't care. But I'm pretty sure it's... No, I don't think they know either. I think it's just sort of coming 2020 type of situation. But,
just early access like forever, like most games lately.
Yeah, well, even though Fortnite did finally come out of early access recently, but it's pretty good. Plus, you can also use anyone's Epic Creator codes to help support them in the stores when purchasing stuff. So
just like Fortnite.
Just the same as Fortnite, because it's all done through Epic. So it's good to see another game other than Fortnite that uses the creative code supported creator system.
Yeah, I can't find any official release dates.
No, I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure it's like just coming soon sort of thing. But that's pretty good. So hopefully they'll add a few more game modes. I haven't played it this weekend or for the last couple of days. I've been playing that Grounded lately, but we'll see. It's good fun though, to be honest. Just need some more people to buy it or to get hold of it. It's cross-play too, so even if you do have a PC code that you got for free or put it on PlayStation, you can play.
That's pretty cool. Cross-play with everything?
Everybody, including Switch.
Oh, including Switch. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to, Brash?
Not too much. We're renovating a bathroom at the moment, so been busy doing that. But other than that, I'm still playing Fairy Tale.
Yeah, you want to tell us a bit about that? I don't think we actually discussed that last week.
No. It's based off the anime and manga Fairy Tale, but it's probably one of the best anime games that I've actually played. And I've played Sword Art Online. I've played One Piece. The Force. Jump Force.
Jump Force. That's it. Yep.
And I've played Attack on Titan, but I reckon this one has to be my favourite, mainly due to the fact that it's so true to the actual source, because they had the actual writer or the creator of Fairy Tale that helped make the game. So It's pretty fun. It's funny. Lucy doing her Lucy kicks, just the best.
Lucy's like the only character I know from Fairy Tail.
Is that the one you reviewed? That's what I posted the other day.
Yeah. Just having Lucy run in there and drop kick enemies is just amazing.
Yeah.
So that's one of her magic abilities, is just run in there and drop kick someone. It's great. It's so great. But it's a lot of fun. Like I've spent, God, nearly 25 hours nearly on it. 25 hours, but like
he hasn't had it long either.
More so, because I've just been running around like leveling characters, doing every like sort of little side mission, side quests, and like I guess your point now, when I go up to the upgrade into like the next sort of campaign stage, you have to meet a power level. I've never had to go out and train to meet a power level so far. I've just always just smashed it. But it's real fun. I'm really enjoying it. Other than that, I haven't really been playing too much.
Have you been playing Ghost of Tsushima as well?
After I started playing Fairy Tail, I stopped playing that. And I've just been, and sort of because of work, I've been continuing to play Fairy Tail. But I think I will go back to Ghost of Tsushima again, because I do enjoy any sort of samurai type game. Yep,
RPGs for life.
Yeah, and from what I've played, like I've only played probably about 3 or 4 hours of it so far, and I've been enjoying it so far.
Well, that's good. What have you been up to, Simon?
Working.
Don't say working. You always say working.
But I also have been sneaking in an hour or two of games like Tarkov, but also Hell Let Loose. It's a World War II PvP shooter.
Yeah.
Kind of like Battlefield.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It's the developers is by Black Mudder and the publishers is Team 17 Digital. The game's been for a while and it's out on Steam Early Access. You can buy it now, and the game looks fantastic and plays fantastic as well. It's customization of your characters, the usual, but it's just the whole World War II first-person shooter. Kind of like if you're getting a little bit tired of like modern shooters, it's something to go back to. Nice big open world. It's fantastic, and it just looks fantastic.
All the weapons like genuine World War
World War II, like the MP40 and all the others. It's fantastic. But besides that, I've been checking out the Xbox showcase, but we'll get onto that.
Get into that. Yeah. So as Lance was talking about before, we've been kind of jumping into Grounded by Obsidian Entertainment, our boys at Obsidian that did Outer Worlds. It's kind of in, would you say it's like preview at the moment, Lance?
It's in game preview, yeah.
Yeah, it's in game preview at the moment. So you can only do like a tiny chunk of the story. And you can literally get that knocked out in 20 minutes. We got it done in 20 minutes the other night. I've never been huge into survival games, but I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, it wouldn't be a 10 out of 10 for me so far, but it's pretty fun. Like, I've never been into base building and that sort of stuff and collecting resources. But, it's very cute. It's very brutal at times. I didn't even know, but it's rated MA, Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Xbox store. For strong violence and strong horror.
It's because you got weapons. As soon as you incorporate weapons into a game, it brings it up a little bit.
Rating. But the spiders can be goddamn scary at nighttime. Holy crap, they're unrelenting.
Yeah, I think
it's
an interesting game, but I'm just not into. I honestly found myself a little bored quickly.
Yeah.
It's just give me things to do. Like, I don't want to have to just collect things and build bases, and that's not getting me anywhere. I don't know.
And then having to collect more things to unlock more things.
Like,
when
I was playing, I let them guys do all that rubbish. I went and looked around at the backyard and finds things to explore and tried to find that stupid little robot guy to get some more missions for stuff to go and do. Like, give me stuff to do. Don't. Otherwise, I just don't like those games.
Yeah, he literally did not touch one thing at building the base.
No, I spent myself.
He'd come home, eat the food, and then like go away again.
Like, I went away. I just went and did things, collect some other things that they probably wouldn't have had. Came back, ate some food, dropped it off, left it, went, did some other things. Like it's just...
Bill, and he would eat the food and then go away again. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if they don't...
It's very niche. Like, people that like survival games, I respect them because you're right. They're quite boring. Yeah. I find, in general. That's why I didn't think I'd like this, but I actually do. I don't mind it.
You've been getting into Minecraft lately, so it's kind
of... Well, that's true. But Minecraft is always... No, Minecraft's the same.
What platforms was grounded on?
It's a Windows Xbox game.
Yeah, so it's PC, Xbox, crossplay only. It's available in the Game Pass. Yeah. So let's get into it, hey? So last weekend, I think it was last weekend, Xbox, Microsoft had their 2020 showcase, living in a different world, all online, just like the Ubisoft one last weekend, the weekend before. So they had 10 world premiere games. They had 22 console exclusives. The Game Pass is literally going to be exploding between now and next year. So it opened up with Halo Infinite with actual gameplay. How does anyone how do you guys feel about that?
I mean,
who wants to go first?
Look, I'll be quick because I'm not a huge Halo guy anyway. But it looked no different than the last Halo game. It did have some interesting new mechanics, I guess. Like, I don't think that grappling thing's ever been in the Halo game.
Yeah.
So it looks, like they've added a few things, but it didn't look good, to be honest. Just looked like Halo.
Well, I think a showcase should always start with a bang, and that was the biggest snail trail intro I've ever seen to a showcase. It was, I'll say, it was bad. I'm a Halo fan. It was bad. Anyone else comment?
Halo was fantastic. It was great that they had like it looked like it was very open world, not like on the rails.
Yep.
Like certain like other Halo games. The Warthog, they changed up the look of that. They added a few guns. The look, it looked just like any other, like the last Halo game, just like I said. The enemy, like the boss that they showed at the end, I was kind of like, yeah, all right, I kind of get it, and they.
But the Thanos ripoff.
Yeah, the Thanos. The ripoff.
They're brutes.
It's kind of like they're starting all over again with Halo. They're trying to reboot it in some cases, but trying to add things that they wanted to put in the first place. Don't get me wrong. I'll go. It'll come to PC. I'll play it. I'll enjoy it. But like the Anniversary is out edition. I'm playing that. And I've played that, and it's fantastic. And I hope it comes with a lot of the, like you could say, the beats of like the originals, and that will keep it, alive, like any other previous Halo games. All in all, it just looks like previous Halo games, but they've added things that were nice.
Rush?
Yeah, pretty much the same sort of boat. I haven't played Halo since like Halo 2, when me and mates used to play it after school, or even just when we were drinking. But yeah, it is. It looks like it's like a fan service for like the original Halo.
Fan service is a good word.
Definitely a lot of fan service. They've added a couple of extra guns which people might enjoy, but yeah. And they're bringing everyone who is a Halo fan can shoot me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the brutes that they're bringing back as the big bads, which is the Thanos knockoff. So I think that was from Infinite War, I think.
Yeah.
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars.
Yes. Like
See, I enjoyed the Halo War games. I think I preferred those games over the normal Halo games.
So yeah. I haven't played it since a long time now, but yeah, it for me it wasn't overwhelming for like their startup first game of their showcase.
Yeah. So like Halo are like good shooters. A lot of people online went pretty irate that they've introduced a grappling hook to Master Chief. I don't actually see a problem with that because people are going to complain if they didn't add anything new. They're complaining they have added stuff in that's new. I think more the anger comes from it looks so much like past ones. Like, why are they changing it? And it does. It looks. That's what got me. It doesn't look any different.
So they're flagging this as something to launch their Series X with, but it looks worse than games like Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us, and like these games were made how many years ago? With the I don't know, 8 years ago they would have started on Last of Us 2 after the first one. Looks way better than this Halo game.
Well, Halo has always been like the game that they've always brought out with the Xbox console. It's been their staple. It's been their go-to
their flagship game.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's always been you get an Xbox, you get a Halo game, and it's always been the bundle. And you can't have Xbox without Halo for the last decade or so.
It's not a very convincing looking game to be launching a new console on though.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There are better looking games. There are better playing games, but it's just because it's like, as I said, it's bread and butter. It's you get your Xbox, you get your Halo.
Yeah, it is. It is like a package basically.
I don't know. Play Doom.
Yeah, Doom is a good game. Angry Joe. So I watch the Angry Joe show quite regularly, and he brought up a good point. Like, the next game we're probably about to talk about evoked so much more emotion than the game they launched the showcase with. So the next game that was straight after that was shown was just a trailer of State of Decay.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That looked really good. But once again, it's just a cinematic trailer.
Exactly. All the State of Decay reveals have been looking good, but then you play the game and it's just like
same as the last one.
Every other zombie game.
Different. Doesn't even look as good as that trailer did.
I don't know what's happening in that trailer. Well, I don't even know if you'll be able to actually hunt zombie deers down in the game.
Well, it'd be pretty cool if there was zombie animals in it. Cool. That's something different at least.
Yeah, usually animals always are exempt from the zombie curse.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Did anything else stand out to you guys?
Yeah, a few things. Warhammer 40k, the Dark Tide.
Yep, that did look quite interesting. But once again, cinematic trailer.
Yep. That was
scary,
my take on. Yeah, exactly. A lot of them were cinematic trailers, and it would be nice if they played the trailer and then some gameplay, not just cinematic trailer. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing cinematics. It looks great, but it's like watching a mini movie. But you want to see the gameplay, and the gameplay is where the game holds up.
A cinematic trailer to me is an announcement, right? They could have done that at any time through the day, any week. At this showcase, they should be showing gameplay.
At this point, yes.
And all we got was announcements. That's it.
Well, Halo was the only one that showed gameplay, right?
I can't remember.
It was one or two. It was only.
I think a couple did, but it was very much so.
Yeah, I think Crossfire showed a little bit of gameplay.
Crossfire,
Crossfire looks. Yeah, it was very much like, here's a COD game. Definitely. They announced Battlefield 6. Someone talked about that.
They announced Battlefield 6.
I think someone said. I don't know.
I don't think so, buddy.
Oh no, sorry. Wrong note.
Not sure what you're.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Battlefield. No,
I don't think Battlefield 6 has been announced yet, mate.
What else? Sorry. I'm looking at Far Cry. Battlefield right after that. What else? There was Chorus.
Yep.
That was a trailer that looked good. Terrific cinematic trailer. Bit of gameplay as well, which was nice. Besides that, how do I pronounce that? Avowed.
Avowed by Obsidian.
That was pretty much.
Game. They're the new Bethesda studio.
Oh, Obsidian,
They
Bethesda's
call it.
biggest.
They call it. Yeah, they call it Obsidian the next Bethesda's with all their big open world RPGs.
Yeah. And it's ironic because a lot of the staff were ex-Bethesda staff, weren't they?
No, I'm not sure.
Sure, I'm pretty sure there's
Interplay.
a lot of the Fallout people left and created Obsidian, and then they made Outer Worlds as a middle finger to Fallout.
Well, yeah, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Valve looks good. Very Skyrim feel to it, like Elder Scrollsy feel. That was probably one of the ones that made my ears prick up the most. There wasn't a lot in that. I'm not gonna lie. I was quite bored with the Xbox showcase. Lads, didn't you mention that you were kind of excited for the game Medium? Very
yeah. Look, there's a lot of games. Okay, so again, they didn't show a lot, and the stuff I wanted to see, they just showed their little clip or teaser. Like I wanted to see more Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
I wanted to see something more for Fable instead of that ridiculous teaser trailer.
Yeah, but I thought that was like, because it started off so weak, I suppose my standards were very low anyway, but I thought that was a good way to end it with a Fable announcement.
But no, I wanted to see more Forza. Stalker 2, I wanted to see a little bit more of. Crossfire X did look good. I've played the multiplayer and I don't like it. It's really garbage, clunky. Crossfire X.
You have already played it.
The multiplayer beta. I've got it on PlayStation or Xbox. I can't remember. But the single player actually looks really good. So, Medium. Yeah, I like those sort of weird
Alan Wake type games.
Weird Alan Wakey games. So I'm pretty keen for that.
Well, if you guys didn't see the Medium trailer, it has like simultaneous gameplay. So it's very much like that jail game where you can do two things at once, side by side. So she's in one realm and then in like real life. And you can do two different things at once. So I thought that was really creative.
Yep. But look, to be honest, the game that got me pumped the most, funny enough, was what Destiny 2 looks like on Series X. I'm a huge Destiny player. I love Destiny game. And
upscaled, 4K native.
It looks so good. And it's all coming to Games Pass for free. All the DLC and everything.
That's a game that looked quite nice even normally.
It does. It's a good looking game. So when it hits Games Pass, I suggest everybody to download it all so we can all play.
How much is a Game Pass?
I don't know.
$1,000.
You'll have no choice.
$1 million.
You'll have no choice soon because Game Pass will be bundled with Live, so you'll have no choice.
I'll look it up quickly.
But yeah, Game Pass Ultimate is what I have. It gives me access to all their Games Pass for PC as well, just in case. Games Pass Ultimate is probably the way to go.
Well, Game Pass Ultimate is for $1 for the first month. And then it doesn't tell us the rest. Hold on.
And then
$100 billion.
Nah, look, I think it's like what it normally would be just for Live a year. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's any different.
Ultimate is $10.95 a month after that.
Can you get a yearly pass or is it
just? Yeah, you get yearly. I pay yearly.
I thought they're changing it now.
Yeah, I heard
they're saying maybe 3 months or 6 months.
We talked about this the last podcast, Lance.
That's right.
I'm not sure about Ultimate.
On PC, the normal Game Pass is only $4.95 a month. Oh, sorry, Ultimate's $15.95 a month. $10.95 on console, just normal Game Pass. I think it's quite good for the money.
Every single game that was announced at their showcase is all going to be on Games Pass.
Yeah.
For a low price of $10 a month, you get to play a lot of good games.
Well, I download quite a lot of games off the Game Pass. Like, it's quite handy.
I think I got the Game Pass to play Oh God, the other Obsidian game that came out last year. I'm trying to.
Worlds.
Yeah, Outer Worlds, and I finished it. And I was like, yeah, awesome. And then I never renewed my Game Pass because I was like, that was really good value for $1 to play Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
And I had that for a month. That was fantastic. And then even for the amount that you're paying each month afterwards, it's still worth it because you're paying essentially for an entire year to play all those games for the same price that you'd pay for one game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. The new Genesis fantasy game instantly made me think of you, Brash. So that looked a very you sort of game.
Yeah, if that's the one I'm thinking of, is that
It looked
one
very Final Fantasy.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fantasy
Like,
Star
oh look, and I heard like, cause they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna start our own sort of RPG sort of games, and I'm like, here's copying Final Fantasy.
It looked. My
That's
notes
a
looked
better
so
beat
Final
where we're
Fantasy.
gonna start our own.
That's new. You're just copying Final Fantasy, but it still didn't look good, and I was like, oh, it does look good, and I probably want to play it, but like, yeah. Like that was for me when I watched the showcase quickly.
Yep.
That was me for a lot of the games. Like,
They had Everwild.
I want to play the media.
Everwild was a rag title, Francie. Were you talking about Everwild before?
No, Everworld I thought looked a lot like Kenna.
Oh, that's right.
Kenna
Yeah, that's quite rare.
from the PlayStation 5 showcase.
Yeah.
And that like it even said I was like, oh, still looks good. I want to play it.
Yeah,
But,
Everworld looks good. That is like my sort of game.
But yeah, I look at like when the shows, I'm like, I want to watch the Xbox showcase and the PlayStation 5 reveal side by side, and just see where I'm like, oh yeah. So the first game they had was Halo, the big one.
Those two look the same.
PlayStation had Miles Morales, their big one.
Yeah.
And then like, so the next one, oh yeah, a car game. Game.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I was going through it, I'm like, and I saw that, I saw the, Jesus, talking about it, what was it, Everwild, and I'm like, God, that looks like Kenna. And then I kept going through again, and I'm like, then I saw that Grounded game, and it was like the whole silliness of it, and I'm like, all right, was it that Bug Snacks? I'm like, yeah. Reminds me of Bug Snacks. And then I kept going through, and then I'm like, then they got that Tell Me Why one, the story driven one, which I actually got to say I really like the look at that one because it reminds me of the what's that horror one, Until Dawn?
Yep.
Sort of vibe, gave that sort of vibe, and I like that game. So I was like, oh yeah, Tell Me Why. Other than that, it was pretty underwhelming.
It was pretty underwhelming.
It was a lot better than their first one, but it was still underwhelming. And the Avowed, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just Skyrim.
See, I was excited for that.
It does look good though, yeah, definitely.
It does look good, but I'm like, it's another one of those kind of games, and like, I don't think I've ever completely finished a Elder Scrolls game at all. Like, I've always gotten
blasphemy.
Right close to the end.
The main missions.
Yeah.
We can't be friends anymore.
But like the thing is with me though, like I can't just play through a story. I have to go out and explore all this other kind of bullcrap. And then by the end of it, like I've played it for like 6 months and I've put like 100+ hours into it. And then I'm just like, new games come out and I'll play that.
Yeah.
And
that's what's going to happen with Ghost of Tsushima for me. I don't think I'm ever going to get around to finishing it.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's why
you start a new one pretty instantly, and then you're like, oh.
Because as soon as something else like sort of catches my eye, like my short attention span, as soon as something else catches my eye, I'm like, oh, I'll come back to that, and then I'll just never come back to it. But I am going to go. I'm not going to go back on my word, and the Halo, the Fable game is coming, so I will be buying an Xbox.
Hey, here we go.
So I won't be buying an Xbox until Fable comes out.
Okay, that's okay, but you can still come play with us, man.
When's Fable come out?
It's like 3 years.
Yeah.
Is it?
So it'll be on sale by then.
Yeah. Well, if you noticed, a lot of their games,
be out for
and especially their exclusives, they're not going to be out for another 2 years.
Yeah. No.
2021 is like.
And all the games that they are coming out, you can play them on your normal Xbox One or PC.
Well, that's why they're rushing to get so many games that are already out upgraded. They've already mentioned they're going to upgrade Sea of Thieves, ready for Xbox One X, Gears 5, Forza 4. They're revamping even Ori, Willow of the Wisps, ready for the new Xbox, so they can up them to 60 frames and make them 4K, true 4K. So yeah, that's why they're in crisis mode, trying to get all these games upgraded so people have something to play.
The previously announced Xbox optimized games are Assassin's Creed, Bright Memory Infinite's Call of Sea, Chorus, which you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Dirt 5. There's quite a few. Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah.
The new
So
Vampire
these people are gonna
Masquerade
get these new
game.
Xbox, and they might as well play half these games still on their home consoles. You know,
That's
the
the
ones they
problem.
already had.
Now, these are previously announced games, so they're not
Yeah, I
out
know.
yet. But
But
coming out on
yeah,
both. Yeah.
I reckon their showcase, I think, is more for their Game Pass than anything else.
Yeah, God
pretty
yes.
much.
It was
It's
literally
like,
a
hey,
massive
everyone should
advertisement.
get an Xbox, any sort of Xbox, buy the Game Pass so you can play all these games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah, and the Game Pass also applies for PC as well. As I said, it's great value for what you're paying, and you can still play all those games on PC and Xbox.
I just don't like I don't have control of it though. Like the idea of not having control, if they could put a game on their Game Pass and then like a month later, be like, oh no, we're taking that one off. And
Well,
then
they do. Well, technically they do that. It works like
they do.
Netflix
Yeah,
does. It's a Netflix, so they have an agreement with the studio, say Square Enix, that we'll put your game on our Games Pass for a month. That's why it's always 100 or more games, because they're always sort of switching out old ones and putting new ones in.
Yeah.
Just like the same way Netflix works.
Yeah, I like having my games.
I can see where you're coming. I
Oh,
like to have my games
Xbox
too.
are smart. They wait till the game's released, make you buy the disc, and then months later they'll put it on the Game Pass because they know you've already bought it physically.
See, I like the idea of it going to Games Pass, and if more and more go to it, it gives you the chance to, I get to try this game, cool. Oh, I didn't finish it, but now it's cheap because it's a month later. I can just buy it if I want to finish it off.
Yeah,
it's like
it works
Xbox,
in the reverse as well.
It's like the Blockbuster of games. Come in, give it a try. If you like it, you go to the store and actually buy it yourself.
Well, if you don't finish it until it disappears, I mean, there's no point buying it if you've already finished it.
Yeah.
Unless it's got replay value.
Yeah, unless you want that control that Brash is looking for, then you can go down and buy it yourself.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Buy all the games.
He's gonna convert over eventually. Wait, none of us talked about the so in true Microsoft way, star power. Jack Black singing for Psychonauts 2.
It was a good song.
That was quite
Yeah,
entertaining.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit entertaining. It wasn't no Keanu Reeves, but you know, that's just Microsoft flashing their cash around a little bit. Get Jack Black in to sing.
Never got into Psychonauts as a game, so I'm not really interested in it. But
Jack Black.
I was happy to sit there and jam out to Jack Black for a bit.
See, I'd rather watch Jack Black like sing and record those sort of songs than actually play Psychonauts. To me, it didn't look that great anyway. To me, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's not the first time Jack Black's been in a game and he's been singing in it.
When I saw him come out, I thought, "Oh, we're getting a Brutal Legends 2."
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Brutal Legends.
Extremely disappointed with Psychonauts.
Is that guitar game?
Yeah, where you run around as a buff Jack Black with an axe and smash people with it.
Yeah, is that game?
Yeah, it's all
guitar axe.
Yeah.
Guitar axe, beat the crap out.
It's like a cult classic now. It's like it's a bad game, but it's just one of those.
So bad you love it.
Games.
Yeah, good bad games.
It's a good bad game.
Yeah, especially with like so many cameos in that game, with like Ozzy Osbourne and you've got a whole slew of so many metal. All right.
What about Tetris? We didn't talk about Tetris.
That's how I wanted to end this chat about the Xbox Pass. Tetris, man.
Sick
So lame.
Tetris. No way. Let's go. Multiplayer Tetris.
Let's go back in time because that's advancement and bring out Tetris. If you're going to bring it out classic like it always looked. Don't bring that. Oh, I don't even want to.
One thing I can
Why
take
bring
away
it on
from
a
all
showcase?
this. Yeah.
Oh.
One thing I can take away from this so far, Xbox hasn't shown much of it. Like
initiative
now.
or innovation. You know.
No sort of futuristic advancements. More just let's just give you a lot of stuff that we've already done before.
Rinse and repeat. Even Halo.
Flashy looking.
Well, yeah, when they showed Tetris, it was kind of like they were scraping at the bottom of the barrel there for a minute. It's like, what other games can we get?
Oh, how cringe was it too with, these are gamers. And you're like, no, they ain't gamers. Gamers don't look that clean, mate.
I think they spent the last year or two just buying up studios. They just haven't made any games yet.
Yeah.
Well,
I suppose...
the amount of studios they've purchased...
Well, this showcase is only 9 of the 15 that they've bought, so, or that they've got. So I don't know, maybe the next one might have a few.
I just don't think there's anything to announce. They've just been buying up stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for maybe the future, like long term.
Yeah.
If they can get something good out of it, but short term, I think right before the console comes out, spending all that money on just no games.
just different, versions of
different approaches. But yeah, see, I think like PlayStation's more like, this is why you need to buy a PlayStation 5 now. It's because if you want to play these games.
What did PlayStation announce again? Because I've already forgotten. Besides Spider-Man.
Yeah, all I can think of is Spider-Man.
Horizon, the new Horizon.
Oh yeah.
Kenna, so fucking excited for Kenna. They got the Project Ather.
All forgettable.
We didn't even do a podcast about PlayStation 1. We're actually going to do a quick summary.
Demon Souls, they got the remake of that coming out, which I'm pretty excited for. For me, I think PlayStation so far is just like, it's shown more like...
Pick the post.
This is what you can do on a PlayStation. That's why you should buy it. Xbox is like, hey, we've got these games. Just buy our Game Pass.
Yeah, it's like,
and they haven't really touched on their new console.
Yeah.
They made Spider-Man one of their, this is what it's going to look like on this thing. And yet Xbox said, Halo, this is what it's going to look like on this thing.
And it looks like Halo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's the two companies are going down two different paths.
Yeah.
PlayStation's like, we want you to buy our new console. Xbox is like, we want more people to buy as many of our stuff as possible.
Yeah, invest in our peripherals and invest in our side things. Yeah.
Get the Game Pass and so I think that they're just not hopping up their next gen consoles like they should.
I don't know. I like the idea of Microsoft saying, "Hey, look, get the Games Pass, and you get to experience a lot of games you probably wouldn't normally experience."
That's
what they're pushing. To be honest, they want you to experience their whole library. They don't want you to just go get Halo because it's going to be great on the next console.
Get a PlayStation because of exclusives only, and that's it. And let it gather dust when you're not playing those exclusives.
Oh, but they've still got the PS4 games that they're putting on the PS5 as well.
Backwards.
No, it's not a buying power for me.
For me, I've got so many PlayStation 4 games.
And he plays them all alone because
I literally only play the exclusives.
I think that's a good summary to wrap it up, I guess. I was just bored. It was lackluster. It, like we were talking about before, it just lacked innovation, imagination, really. It was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh my god, I need to get that game except Fable at the end. That was it.
Or Destiny 2. Oh, I got to play that on Series X.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't showcasing the Xbox Series X. It was showcasing Microsoft.
And I don't think it was. That's the point of it being called a games showcase. Keep in mind, it is just a games showcase.
True.
They were not showing off. They were not showing off anything because of the Series X. It was just Here's the showcase games.
To me, they should have at least tried to show gameplay.
Yeah,
Get people excited.
A little bit.
Maybe they will. Between now and maybe November, when this thing comes out, they'll probably do a Series X event or showcase for it in particular. But I think people forget that this was just literally a game showcase.
All right, boss.
Just making it clear.
All right, so we'll wrap that up. Anyone got any game news from this week?
No, not really.
We've got QuakeCon.
I was only going to bring up QuakeCon for the simple fact that this is the first con going virtual, and what everyone's thoughts around what they were offering to show people virtually, I guess, on what they would normally show in person or do in person, and what others like PAX coming up is also doing virtually.
September.
I think companies are going to start moving towards doing stuff more online.
Well, they have to.
Can you think of the money they're saving though too as well? Not having to like go to venues, set up stands.
I reckon they might be losing a bit of money too.
I think it's not good for tourism in general, but if you look, for the QuakeCon one, it's no different. They got panels. They're just all online now. I know that the local
convenient.
I know the local Bethesda team are doing their own group of panels too, which are in that article I posted the other day. They're doing their own special competitions, showcases. They're doing a cooking show, all sorts of fun stuff to sort of jump in, and you can still interact with them via chat. So it's,
I don't know, maybe the future of conventions is dying.
Possibly.
No, it's just a situation. I think they're just they have to, for the time being. It's another way to reach out and have people have a bit of normalcy, but not really, because people can't travel, they can't do all the things. Wait on a plane for like 5 hours, and
yeah, but this could be the norm for a long, long time.
Yeah, look, I think it will be the norm for a while. I think until there is literally a cure or some sort of shot that can prevent you from getting it and cure it or whatever, it's just going to be the norm. I mean, you're going to see everyone going in and out of lockdown right up until, all right, it's all good to go out again and be normal now, be as dirty as you want to be.
Yeah, but I don't think that isn't coming for a very, very long time.
Yeah. I think these things are good. Like this QuakeCon, they got a lot of, for being involved in it, they've got a lot of stuff they're giving away. They're giving away games, they're giving away Quake 2, in-game pets and content for ESO, Quake skins, Eternal, special QuakeCon Slayer skins. They got a lot of stuff because you go to these cons, you don't really come out of it with a lot of free stuff.
No.
It's all stuff you bought. They're giving away so much online digital stuff like games and skins. And all of these events have already started offering online merch stores to even merch you wouldn't normally get. Like PAX, you go to PAX's merch store and you can get merch and pins from all PAX events, not just Oz. And we could normally not do that unless we physically go to PAX East or PAX West and purchase them. Now you can have the option to just buy it all online. So
I hope it's a Band-Aid. I hope it's.
I think.
I hope it's a Band-Aid as well.
I'd hate to see cons going because the amount of people who put a lot of time, especially all the cosplayers, the amount of time and effort they put into their costumes and outfits and just. I think it's not going to be good.
I don't know. Lance and I have seen trends where less and less developers have been going to conventions anyway. That it makes sense that it just makes their lives easier if they do it all online.
Yeah, but the fact of getting community together is, I think, probably the best part.
There's pros and cons in both.
Yeah, the biggest con for going to a convention, especially if it's a gaming related one, is to be able to have hands-on with the game. Obviously, doing it like this, no one can do that. So it sucks that these guys can't.
So you wouldn't even do gameplay.
Yeah, they can't get
demos.
They can't get the game into their hands to try them. That's probably the biggest downfall in it. So there's not really any way around that. Short of giving everyone a copy of the game to try, which is not going to happen.
I went to SeaWorld
maybe
even
release
today.
a demo for a limited time.
I went to
Yeah,
SeaWorld today, and even after each carousel ride, there was poor people going in, scrubbing it down and disinfecting each like seat before the next load of kids went on. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It is. It's just everything's more complicated now.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine them doing live demos where people can go in and play, and when you can just chuck it all online now anyway.
And I don't see them just giving out demos because there's no control over. There's no control over it. You know, they can't control who's streaming the demo, grabbing footage, grabbing screenshots, hacking it if it's a PC copy, getting files from it. You know, it's just there's no control. It'll never happen. It just won't happen. Like I've got a game coming up next week for a 2K game that I'm part of an event for, which I can't talk about just yet. But I've
dangles the carrot and rips it away.
I had to sign a bunch of stuff just to be able to get hold of the game to play it virtually, like while the event's on. It just won't happen. So
there's a few secrets coming up, guys. So stay tuned for reviews. And
just won't happen. I just think hopefully everything gets back to normal soon.
The problem with that, I think, it's not just a matter of, okay, you can physically be in an event again when it does all come back to it. It's that mental part where trying to get people back out again, where everyone's been indoors for so long.
Right, even when stuff is good, you know, if there is a cure, because there's always those people that will not take the cure, or will not get a shot, or will not vaccinate themselves. So the fears are always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like even before they even announced that PAX Australia was not going on, they left that for quite a while, and I'm not going. I'm not going to be around those crowd of people.
Yeah, I think they're holding out hope.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you even went to SeaWorld today.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it.
They're only letting 2,000 people in. It was good. There was like barely anyone there.
Sorry.
You know when you go to like SeaWorld in summer and it's like everyone's touching you? It's so refreshing. You've got all this space, like you can walk and there's like no one there in your face. Oh my god, it was so good.
Except for like the 2,000 people who've been coughing, touching stuff and moving around.
It only takes a few of them.
No, but there was like people cleaning everywhere. Like I was like in the Stingray area, and you leant over, and the moment you backed away, someone would come in and wipe the ledge. It was insane.
It only takes two people. What? Those two girls came through.
It only takes two people to do it. I can't even go down to all my local shops now because I don't want to get caught with it.
Well, actually, those two cases, the chicks live in Algester lands. Those two chicks, they were from Algester.
No, they don't. They live in Sunnybank.
No, Algester.
They went to
Sunnybank on the 24th.
They went to a bunch of places that I don't go to anyway.
But they live in Algester. We're in our suburb, so.
And I know that the case this morning was from a guy that sat across from a table that they were sitting at.
So it's very dangerous, guys. Be careful. Wipe your hands.
Everyone, be careful. If you're asked to wear a mask when you go into a store, just wear a mask.
And if you don't have one,
for the love of God, it's not going to kill you.
Just not wearing a mask. Just don't go out. Just go to work and come home again. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I normally do. This is why I went to SeaWorld today. It was like stir crazy. Anyway, gaming news. I've got two tiny bits. They're not. Well, one's actually big. I reckon we might talk about that for a little bit. But I'll do the quick one. Shroud today posted on Twitter like a little snippet.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bullet going out of a gun. So the rumor mills are going that he may be going back to pro esporting as a Valorant player.
Of course he will.
But Shroud, being really very, very sneaky like he is, has also in the past said how much he does not want to go back to competitive play, and that he openly discussed the fact that if you're an esports player, you can't stream the game that you're an esports star in because people will study you and watch your strategies, and there's a lot of conflicting interests there. So he says it's too hard to juggle being a professional streamer, and everyone that knows Shroud knows he loves streaming. Like, he loves streaming. That's why he left professional play, because he wanted to be a full-time streamer. So the fact that he may potentially be going back into an esports is like a massive rock being thrown into a like the ripple effects. So yeah, that's one piece of gaming news. Second one I think may trigger some of you. Joe Rogan says video games are a waste of time. How do we feel about that?
He has been quoted and known to say in the past that he loves playing video games.
Yeah.
Especially with Jeremy. Yeah. And normally when sometimes for a podcast they play a bit of Quake or Doom. Or
he openly said he likes video games, but he also thinks they're a waste of time.
I don't know. I mean, it could be either. It could be both. I mean, I see them as a bit of an escape, a bit of to experience things and to meet new people. So I don't see that being a waste of time. But I get that people think games are a waste of time, though. Like I can see that argument as well. But personally, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Me.
What do you think, Brash?
I'm a bit the same as Lance. I reckon it's more an escape for me.
Yeah.
But like besides work, and even now, I don't really play as many games as I'd like to, and I always find out that when I do play a game, I'll spend 4 hours on it,
and feel guilty afterwards.
Not really get too far into it because I've just been sort of zoning out, and then being like, oh, that's 4 hours. I've gotten what I should have done in like an hour. I've done in 4 hours, and I'm like,
you've just done what you've done what I want to do is forget about the day at work or the week at work, and you've done that because you've now lost your time inside of a game, and you've not thought about work for 1 second.
Well, I think if you look at it this way, it's not really a waste of time if it's good for your mental health.
Yeah.
Because the context he put it in is, I forget who he was talking to. It was on his podcast. So, he said you can play, you can train to be the best at jiu-jitsu for 3 years. And then at the end of those 3 years, you can open up your own store, get students, start earning yourself some money. And then he compared it in contrast to you can play video games for 3 years and nothing happens. But that's
not even true.
No,
if you could play video games for 3 years if you plan on wanting to do it competitively or as a streamer or have a reason to do it for 3 years. But if you're just casually playing games, you don't need a reason to do something in 3 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a stupid argument. That's
get a normal job, or just a job. You have a job then, so you don't need to learn jiu-jitsu to open a studio to get students to make money. When you just
it's also dumb because people might want to do that as a hobby as well, just like gaming is. They might want to play, learn jiu-jitsu as a hobby or something to do, and not plan on wanting to open a store at the end of it.
Well, that's the argument you're at. People might not want to do jiu-jitsu to always be a master at it. And also, I think he's a bit naive on the actual stream culture, like how famous he shouldn't be, because he interviews people that are esports stars, and he's interviewed people that are YouTube stars, and that's where it all stems from. They start playing video games and then they build it into an entertainment career, and then just start going places.
He just probably wants a bit of.
I think he's getting a bit
attention.
Yeah, I think he's losing his attention, and he's trying to get some.
Oh, might just be a little bit of context behind it. Who knows? Or might just the way he explained it. The way you explained it, that he explained it. It was like he was saying that if you play it casually, you're not really going anywhere, but we know that if you play, as Lance, as you said, competitively, you can go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, apparently someone said, well, Shroud, how much you earned last year? $10 million. And then he's like, and then
he's probably, Joe Rogan's probably just really bad at video games, that's all.
Yeah,
he has said so in the past.
So get good, scrub.
But he thinks of it as addictive as well.
And Elon's a gamer.
Yeah, see, I play. I'm very much, at the moment anyway, a casual gamer until I can sort of get myself set up later on this year, hopefully.
Join the stream team.
Yeah, Hopefully later on this year.
Yes.
And
I'll
I'll
one
have.
PlayStation pleb.
But yeah, I play casually, and like, yes, there's some days where I'll spend a whole day playing a game, and I might look back and be like, oh, I could have done something else in that time, but I'm like, but I can't say I hated the time that I spent playing the game. And then there's other weekends where I won't play the game at all because I'll be doing other things. And I think there's no correlation between casual gaming and not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, unless you are someone who doesn't have a job, lives in your parents' basement, plays video games, and doesn't contribute to the household, maybe then it's time to maybe step out in the sunshine and do something. But
step outside and get some Corona in you.
Yeah.
End of the day, it comes down to the old saying: if you want something, you work hard for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? If you want to be a casual gamer, you'll be a casual gamer. If you want to try to make something out of it,
yeah, do it.
Got to have some coordination, and you'll do it. No, Lance is a pro Roblox player, by the way.
I've never played Roblox, thank you.
Never mind, no. Anyway, guys, that's the MKAU show. You can find us on all social medias. I'm not going to list them all because you probably already know them. Make sure you like, follow, or sub to our channel. We'll have a link below for the website. Anything anyone wants to wrap up with? Subby?
No,
You're the
I
boss.
think so.
No. We need to know. Make sure you go onto our website, www.mkaugaming.com, and read all our recent reviews. We have the Fairy Tale review up there. We have Ghost of Tsushima up there. We have no, we don't have Grounded. We didn't review that. I actually have 2 hardware reviews up there for the Razer Synosa and the Black Shark. If you are into tech, yeah, it's been good. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe, guys.